Thank you.
Well, I'm joined now in the studio by Ahmed Shaheed, Chief Government Spokesman for the Maldives. Thank you very much for coming in. Lots of assertions made there by Ahmed Musa. Let's start with his first, that the elections won't be free and fair because over a dozen very prominent members of the opposition are still in custody.
That figure is absolutely untrue. Only 2 persons in detention have filed papers for the elections, and they will be allowed to contest the seats they have applied for. Persons seeking public office in the Maldives should not regard themselves to be above the law. The 2 in question have been detained over very serious public disorder offences. And to put this in perspective, we have about 156 candidates contesting just 42 seats, and it's a very hotly contested election.
So, say these 2 people then, it's 4 months since the demonstration, why are they still in custody?
Well, one of these people actually is facing charges and will be given a free and fair trial, and as will others be. The reason why they are still in custody is because the offences that they have committed require preventive detention, and they are now in detention by judicial warrant. And just yesterday, they were produced before a judge who authorized their detention for a further period of 10 to 15 days.
But I mean, the whole point is that there are other members of the opposition still in custody. You say 2 have filed papers, but perhaps the others have not filed papers because they're in custody.
Well, every person, whether they were in custody or not, had the opportunity to file papers. And the Commonwealth practice is, if you are in detention, you could always file papers and contest seats. There are 3 persons of those who were arrested after the August who have filed papers, and they will have to contest the elections. Mind you, there has been a sea change in the Maldives over the past year or so, and those who have chosen to live abroad may not be fully aware of the extent and scale and scope of the change or the commitment of the government to succeed in the reform program.
Okay, so are you confident that these elections are going to be free and fair?
Absolutely. The government is delighted the elections are taking place. Since the early 90s, every election has been monitored by independent observers, and this time around we have increased the number to include the Commonwealth observers as monitors for the election as well. We would like to see a free and fair election. We would like to see no violence, no intimidation.